I just have one sincere question. The vast majority of New Testament scholars right now, they don't class like the I am statements you find in the book of John as like historically accurate. I was reading Richard Bauckham's book, and he came to the conclusion that the I am statements you find in the Gospel of John, they're just advanced theological developments. And in order to find the historical Jesus, you have to refer back to like the Synoptic Gospels. Yeah. Do you know any way to like rebuttal that? Because this is my main issue I have.
I've already rebutted it. He's telling you what you're going to learn in college and seminary by even those who confess to be conservatives, that in John, much of what you have are not the words of the historical Jesus. It's more of an interpretation, not giving you the actual words of Jesus. If you want to know the actual words of Jesus, you got to go to Mark, Matthew, and Luke. My challenge to these scholars would be, for the first 1800 years of the church, can you find any conservative Christian questioning the historicity of John? Their belief was that John focused on those aspects of Jesus' teaching that Matthew, Mark, and Luke did not mention. John comes along and gives us those details not mentioned in the other Gospels, details of the historical Jesus, in order to give us a more complete picture. What evidence do I have that the I am sayings of Jesus are genuine? Mark 6, 45 to 52, Matthew 14, 22 to 33, and John 6, 16 to 21, all repeat the same miracle story of Jesus walking on water. And then when the disciples saw him walking on water at night, they thought they saw a ghost. And in Greek, he says, ego eimi, I am, do not be afraid. It's the exact same story. And in Mark 6:50, you read it, he says, ego eimi, I am, do not be afraid. Matthew 14, 27, ego eimi, I am, do not be afraid. John 6:20, ego eimi, I am, do not be afraid. So right there, you have a miracle story of Jesus in which he unveils his identity as the divine I am. That's found in John, that's already in Mark and Matthew. And yet, guess what? Luke doesn't mention it. So if you're going to subscribe to the views of modern scholarship that says that Luke used Mark, that means Luke would have been aware of that I am saying, but didn't include it, which confirms my point. They were aware of the I am sayings, but for their purposes, they didn't feel the need to include them. So now you need to explain to me, how is it in Mark 6, the first of the Gospels, according to modern scholarship, you have an I am saying of Jesus found in John 6 in the context of Jesus walking upon the waters, which according to the Old Testament is ascribed only to Yahweh.
In Mark 1, it's already quoting Isaiah 40 verse 3.
Which is found in John, right? It is in John. It's in John 1:23, where the Baptist says, I am the voice of Isaiah. So Mark 1 and John 1 both agree Jesus is the Lord of Isaiah 40. So the so-called earliest gospel and the last of the gospels both begin by affirming that Jesus is the God of Israel, the human appearance of Yahweh. So where is the development? If the earliest gospel portrayed Jesus as Yahweh in the flesh, and then the latest gospel, supposedly John, where's the development in Christology?
Yeah, now I don't see the development at all.